The Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. It's a jam for the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam.
Hold it, stop the music!
Ladies and gentlemen.
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 Can I please have your attention?
No showtime. Are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, let's go.
What is crack-a-lackin' Ecamm fam? It is time, y'all, for the live demonstration. All right, so we're gonna do this real quick. Let me know how it sounds. I have been playing around, doing some soundy type things, and yeah, just want to make sure it's all good in the hood. Let me turn on live demo mode. Oh, wait, you're not supposed to see that. Nothing to see here. All right, there you go. Sorry. You're not supposed to see that secret squirrel stuff. All right. So, okay. There's no such thing as echo, Mr. Musician person. So what is it? What are you hearing? 1, 2, 1, 2. There's no such thing as echo. Oh, you know why? Because I turn off the sound levels to help you guys see. And 1, 2. I see it. Boom. There we go. I don't know why that jumped on. I didn't press that, but we're good. And even if I did, it's good. All right, now you should be good. 1, 2, 3, check it out. Is it good? What you were hearing were 2 streams of audio. Thank you, Mr. Mike, for catching that. 2 slaps up in a Z formation. Whoa. Bow, bow, bow. What happened was you'll see, my Streamer X, for whatever reason, actually had 2 channels on, and it's not supposed to do that. There you go. There you go. Since I've been playing with that secret scroll stuff that you're not supposed to see back there, it does weird things. Hold on, let me hide this again. Let me move this over here. The cool thing is there's no way to do that unless you can see it. Now we're good. Okay, so I can turn this back off. So we're going to run through the demo real quick. You guys know what to do. I hid everything, which I never do on my regular streams, but I hid everything for you guys so you can not just freak out when you see all the windows. I am going to put a scene on real quickie, and I am going to show you this because I want you guys to see this right away. If you haven't done so already, jump over to the Visual Storytelling Conference. I am going to be speaking there tomorrow. Hey, I just said, Melvin, you're not supposed to see that, so don't ask questions about it. You have my phone number. You know how to call me. You're not supposed to see that. Look. Whoa, you didn't see that. Okay. Anyway, stay on track, Melvin. Damn it. Anyway, this as conference is going on tomorrow, there's probably a lot in there for some of you folks to hear about. You see Frederick is there. I'm going to be doing a panel at 1 p.m. right here, this panel, and then my session, the orange session, the only one with a true orange block, that is me. I'm on at 3:30 tomorrow Eastern. Those are both Eastern, right? So you might want to come in and check out the 1 p.m. session and my 3 p.m. session. And my boy Frederick is going to be speaking right after at 2:30 doing this. You guys kind of know this, my session, if you don't want to come. So I would say check out Frederick's session, how to be a professional podcaster. That would be super dope. There's all kinds of cool things to hear, like enhancing your images with artificial intelligence, right? There's all kind of cool sessions in here. There's so much cool things happening. So you might want to come through and check this out. The last session, which is kind of sort of during class time, is going to be using AI to help market your content. So I'm just saying, folks, if you haven't done so already, jump over, grab yourself a ticket. Guess how much this conference costs, people? Guess how much this conference costs? Anybody who guesses it in the chat, I will give you a ticket. How much do you suppose this conference costs? Let me give you a link because Paul's slow. I'm joking, Paul. There you go. Oh, I put it in there twice. So yeah, just you don't want to miss this, right? Especially somebody like Grishan over here, Gresson Chepal. There's a lot of photography stuff in here. Gretchen, check out Eli's session tomorrow if you're awake. Elia is my homie. He's super dope. Boom, I'm gonna give you free tickets, Luis, Melvin. I'm gonna give you guys free tickets. No, just jump over, sign that. There's some really cool stuff. Luis, there's a Frame.io joint over here too that you'll probably really get a kick out of. Steve Martin, this Final Cut session, this is probably a session you won't want to miss. If you up at like 11 a.m. EDT, you might want to go and check that out. So anyway, yes, tomorrow, in lieu of my normal show, I'll be doing this conference, but you guys should come to this. It's really good. It's all free. It's online. You're going to get a kick out of it. A lot of my friends are talking in this thing. So, yeah, you've got a chance to meet Jeff. Jeff's session, unfortunately, is 3 a.m. my time. So I'm not going to Jeff's session, but I just did podcast with Jeff yesterday. But yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to tell you guys a quick reminder. There's a lot of stuff in here for content creators. Check out the link, find a couple sessions that you want to go to, lock in your ticket right away. And look at the handsome mofo down here on the bottom line. Look at that guy. I mean, Will Winslow. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, these people are great. Angela is great. Just come and check it out. Anyway, let's back to the show. Back to the show, Graham. Here we go. All right, so we're going to talk about everything Ecamm. We got some new folks. If you're brand new, you're just getting started, let us know so that the family can help you. I can kind of tailor some things towards whatever you're working on, make it better for you. Most of the folks in here have seen me say this well over 100 times. Aubrey, where is your new picture, Aubrey? The new picture is so cool. Let me go check the YouTube and see if she uploaded it yet. YouTube. And let's go. Simply Obs. Simplyab. Yes. I personally always use Z when I'm talking to Obs. So she didn't upload it yet. Aubrey, let me give you Marshall's email just in case he didn't email you yet. Anyway. What's up, Val? Bring back my Paul in one piece. I don't know what the hell you was doing with my moderator, and hopefully you didn't get him drunk. There you go. All right, gang, let it go. Let's do this. So lesson number 1, lock your scenes. Okay, I ran out. That's why don't scroll and come back into the window, because you'll do something stupid like that. What's up, Jeremy? Man, come on, center up. There we go. Nailed it. Val kept me out too late. I knew it. Paul was supposed to be home by curfew. You know he got to get his Cinecot. What was that orange stuff that you got to take when you're old? Oh, yeah, he needs his Metamucil. There you go. He needs his Cinecot and his Metamucil. Val, you can't keep him out late. All right, so this is what Ecamm looks like. Now, when you first turn it on, you're gonna probably see a bunch of windows, and I personally don't like to see all of them windows, so I kind of turn them off, for you guys, so that you don't come in and think that this is harder than it really is. So yes, I hide all the windows. You can do the same thing. If you say, it's really overwhelming, it's too hard, there's too many buttons, then turn them off. You probably don't need all of those buttons. You only need a couple few, right? So right now, we working with said couple few. Okay, now, the next thing I'm going to do is, I have a bunch of scenes from the show that I did yesterday. I'm going to pop in over here. Let me get a bigger zoom. All right, so this is my streams I did yesterday. I'm going to show you a couple things I like to do. Take this group right here, and we're going to name it, just because that was a stream from yesterday. I'm going to take all of these scenes, pop them in, and take this one, pop it in right there on the bottom. Okay, now I have that whole folder. I can drag it out to the desktop in case I need them. They're all here. I don't like leaving things on my desktop, so I'll get rid of it soon. But then now I can happily delete that. Okay? Why? Now I'm starting blank. But he's like, oh my God, I had something really good in that show that I did, and I want to use that layout again. I just want to make some adjustments. You just day, click day this. Boom. All of them back in action. They're all there, right? So if you have scenes for a show that you did and you're really happy and proud of them bad boys, you can just drag it to the desktop. And if you need it again, you can get it later. So now I can put this one away safely because I don't need to see that mess. Me personally, I don't like too many things on my desktop. It just becomes a lot and I don't want to see none of that. So I put them away and then I use them accordingly. Boom. Good. Gretchen is in there. I know there's a lot of stuff in there for you, photographer lady. But yeah. Hey, Jeremy, stop riling up Paul. You're gonna get up his pressure. Stop looking at the dock. Dang it, Melvin. I gotta close this thing, but I might need it again. I'm gonna just close it because I'm gonna keep accidentally bringing it up. Run in the background. There you go. All right, so pretty much it includes all the assets. Here's the thing. You made all of the scenes, right? All those assets exist on your computer. So unless you move the assets, they'll be right there when you go back to it, right? Like normally what happens when you drag something into Ecamm, it will put the assets in a secret squirrel folder on our computer that gets a little bit crazy. All right, actually, let's go take a look. It's been a hot minute. So we're at the Finder, right? This is not part of your normal demo, okay? But just pay attention because it's kind of doing secrets today. Come to the Finder. Click somewhere on the desktop. Hold the Option key with your finger. Go to the Go button at the top with the Option key held. You notice how it jumps to the word library up there? Hit that. Boom. Takes you into your library folder. Alternatively, you can hit Command-Shift-G, which brings up a thing. Hold on. Let me bring this window to the foreground because it's hiding back there. Let's do that. And the desktop. Y'all, where your desktop folder go away, you know? Why you not see that we? User. Do crack. I know why. Because I'm using iCloud. Anyway, so you go here, Command-Shift-G, you'll see this, right? So all you gotta do in here is hit the tilde, /LIB space library. That takes you there, right? And then we want to go to application support, right? And again, if you just do this, it will take you down the food chain, and then Ecamm Live. Bam. Okay, so inside here, if you take a look, go to lists, look at the size. Look at these overlays, fam. Yo, your man's got, look, there's even Melvin's icon right there. There's Jeremy's icon right there. There's Gretchen's new icon right there. So what I could do, I won't do it while I'm live. If you notice this 4 gig folder is getting a little bit psycho because you have a bunch of stuffs in there, you can just go in there and take it out. So if I was to look at this overlays folder, sort by size, I'll see that this movie film is big. It's like a gig, right? This movie film, which is Diana riding her scooter, also getting a little bit big. So like I can throw some of that stuff out. So if you happen to be missing any assets, it's in this folder right here, right? So again, 2 ways to hit there. Desktop, click on go, hold the option key, come down to library, and then alphabetical order, application support, alphabetical order, Ecamm Live. It's in here. Overlays, scenes, shows, sounds. It's all in there. So if you lost a music file, you need to find it, it's in there. They're recoded with new asset words. That's just the way it works, but it's all in there. Everything you ever wanted all at once is in here. Drums, please. Okay, so now you know. That's my secret. Yeah, so when you move from drive to drive, that's how you do it. Listen, you know, Melvin, you bring up a very valid... Oh, my God, stop. Pump the brakes, everybody. Hold it. Here comes the queen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Felicia. Hi, Felicia. I'm just happy to see your face pop up in this here stream, right? I know you've been on the download, handling your business, and we are just happy to see you back out in the streets, as we say in Hotlanta. Welcome back to the streets. David said it's Pam's secret sauce. Okay, so Melvin, you bring up a valid point. Let me get back to this. Right now, there's never been cheaper drives on the market. Just not. They're not out there. It ain't cheap. And drives are so cheap. There is not a reason whatsoever for you to be on the struggle bus when moving things around. You can legit, for real, buy, B-U-A-Y, you can buy a 1 terabyte SSD from SanDisk, like this in here. You can buy one of these. Oh, this is the fast one. Nope, this is the slow one. You can buy one of these at Costco for $100, right? $100, hundy, and use that as I'm just gonna, have all my stuff stored somewhere. Like Gretchen is like me. Don't worry, Gretchen. I am the same way. I am a file hoarder, but I have 48 terabyte RAID sitting over there. And don't tell nobody, Gretchen. We get that 16 terabyte LaCie joint that's going to be for just to keep all the photos in one collection, because according to Milio, you need 2 drives, right? So I'm just saying, like, now is the time to just get yourself something. Drives are really cheap right now. Thank goodness, heavens to Murgatroyd and all of that stuff. So don't put yourself out like fighting the funk. Just get you another drive. They're so cheap. There's no... If you have a drive sitting in your desk that's like 5 years old, it's probably time to buy a new drive, move that stuff over, and let that drive it's going to die within the next couple of months, and you just don't know it, and you're going to lose all your stuff. So if you have a drive sitting on your desk that's like 5 years old, time to replace it. Do not sleep on old drives. I'm just saying, it's silly. You can get an 8 terabyte Western Digital for $99 at Costco, Best Buy, Target even. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep. I know what you're saying. Sorry. Anyway, so let's get started. We're going to pop in here. We're on this area. We're going to make a brand new scene. Okay? So you can come up here to new scene, and you can say new empty scene, right? You'll see right there, it's Command BZ, right? Or you can just pop down here on the bottom and hit this little plus button. So that's a new scene. That's a duplicate scene. That's a folder, which you kind of already seen me do. Folder with timers in it. Export them joints, which I did. I just used drag and drop because we're Mac people, and delete. So we're going to press this new joint, right? AKA Command B. So here's my new scene. Now, I can't see nothing. So I'm going to hit the overlay button right here in the middle here. Here, let me do this. Let me do this here. Pimp. This is the overlay button right here, right? So if I were to press on this overlay button, that pops up. Now, I'm going to get rid of this background for a second. Let's go ahead and delete it. This is what you're going to see. Actually, take it back. This is what you're going to see when you hit the new scene button, right? I have my situation set up to where I'm professional in this establishment. So if I hit boom, this is what you get. Blank scene. Why is mine blank, Doc? Because when I do it, I get a camera thing like this. Because rule number one, Doc has only one rule when it comes to screaming. Click on the video tab right here. Make sure that this top situation, the default source is blank. Just trust me. Trust me, I'm a doctor and I play one on TV. You always want to start at blank. It is the simple way. It will save you the hassle, right? If you start with blank. You know what I'm saying? If you start with blank, save the hassle. Okay, boom. Mahalo nui loa, Felicia. Appreciate you for the super chat. All right, so let's get in here. Now we started with blank. You know me, I like a little carpet to go with my stuff. I don't like blank back scenes, right? So I got this folder here called Ecamm Assets. I'm gonna pop it right here. This is my background. If I drop it right there, it takes over my whole scene. However, that's only on this current scene, right? So if I dip back here, I'm missing my carpet, right? The carpet is gone. Here, let me clean all of these overlays out so I'm not confusing y'all folks. Boom. Man, something cathartic about erasing all the overlays you don't need at the moment. Don't ask me why. I'm weird like that. So what we're going to do is make sure that we drag this bad boy from show in current scene. Up here is show in all scenes to show in background. Now we are cooking with Pam. So this is a full window. We don't want that. I would attack you. You don't want that. Right there. And stink. So what we're going to do is Command-Shift-B, go back to blank. Right? Now we're there. Wow. Gretchen said her overlay folder has 15,410 files. Good Lord, Gretchen. Good Lord. Wow. That is cray. All right, so now we need us a camera. So down here in the overlay situation, if we pop this in here, you'll see we have new image overlay, we have new animated overlay, screen share overlay, text overlay, countdown overlay, widget, and camera overlay. So we're going to press on the camera, right? We're going to press the, boom, there's the camera. It remembered by size of the last camera that I did. So I'm just going to hit it here. Leave myself a note. Okay, we are making a mental note. I'm going to do this. Everybody else can do this. Send a request to Glenn and Ken to have a shortcut key to center overlays. Bam. Everybody can do it. If I do it, it's just Doc being funny. If all of us do it, they'll think it's a good idea. So everybody send it a feedback. Ken and Glenn, can we just get a hotkey to center the overlay? It's David's fault. David came up in here and we got all of the secrets. All right. Speaking of another one of my secret tools, another thing I like to do is I'll bring in this overlay real quick and you'll see my camera is set up. All right. This is how I like it to be. right? So this is a little cool something that I got from office hours from Chris Fenwick, and it's the Fenwick framer. And so when I build my overlays, I like to throw it on there to make sure my melon is in there. I learned that from you, Felicia. I learned that from you because, hi, this is Felicia. I have the world's calmest voice. I'm not psycho like Doc, so I can make people feel better. Okay, so now we got that. That's going to be our camera overlay. We're going to call this the master. And I'm going to say, oh, please name your scenes. Like, if you don't name your scenes, people, it's going to be such a mess. I used to leave them all just whatever titled, but when you start trying to use the Stream Deck or use shortcut keys, whatever, it will mess you up. Anna is always screaming at us about naming our. It's worth it. Trust me, it's worth every second of it. All right, so now we got that nailed. We're going to build one for ourselves and the guests. Bam, hit that button. Now, I want to bring in a camera, and as you know, I could just use the camera button down here, but I have options, so I don't want to do it that way. I like using this camera switcher. Up in the top of your master window, you have a British flag or a Swedish flag, whatever. Dragon's here, Swedish flag. All right, so drop that right there. And then now you can just drag a camera in. Now, once you drag it in, you can scroll wheel to size of it. You can click here, adjust your shapes. Today, we're going to rock the squircle because that's my favorite, right? So I'm going to throw the squircle up in the corner. I like to bring it out to round about middle of the camera icon, right? That's just, I know the size. It's just, I've been doing this 1,000 times. All right, now I'm going to drag it down to I hit the middle byte. And then there's another little center byte right there, okay? Once I know what that is, I'm going to hold down the Option key and drag it across. Boom. So now I got a duplicate copy. I wait for the center. Boom. In there like swimwear. Now, I'll click both of these, select them together, and I like to push it up to the top bytes. And the reason for that is that way I have room for overlay. Boom. Okay. So now we're in there like swimwear. I'm going to grab my guest, put it right there. That's that right there. All right. So now what are we going to do with these here overlays? I want to throw in a graphic in the background, right? Just in case I lose internet. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to drag this out slightly bigger. Hold down the Option key, crop it up. And then arrow down to center it, arrow over to center it. And I'm going to put this underneath that camera. Okay. The reason why that's there is if my guest drops out, for some reason I lose connection with my guest, I won't have an empty hole in my overlay. I will have a picture in my overlay. I would need to grab a higher resolution JPEG than the one I got here or PNG, but that is cool. So now if instead my person was there, fine, but when they call back or they drop out, they're there. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Ian with Ian. Listen, we had the most fun at the card party last week, and talk about a fantastic creator channel with he and his son where they do Pokemon related things. And if you're into that, you should check them out for sure. Just great to see you popping up in here, because I told you, once you get this Ecamm thing down, you're going to be in there like swimwear. Boom. Let's see. Uh-oh. Jim is coming in with the heater. I don't have my buttons on me right now. That didn't do anything. Nope. 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 Oh God. Anyway, I don't have my buttons on me because I'm messing with the new. You guys saw the secret. Anyway, Costco is putting the 1 terabyte SanDisk Extreme on sale for $64.99. June 21st. Anybody know what day June 21st is? I'm just curious. June 21st until July 23. Wow, that is a deal. So now you have zero excuse, none whatsoever. Go to Costco and get you one of those. Anyway, let's go. Anybody know what's happening on June 21st, 2023? I am curious. I bet you Anna would know. That is a question that Anna would know. FJ in the building. Come on, fam. Talk about this new computer. Let's know. Let us know. How's it? Okay, not the day of the week. Man, all of the 60s you did, I expect you to know the actual answer, not Wednesday. Not the answer. The regular price is $99. So, I think I said 99. Come on, people. You guys almost there. You guys got it. I know you got it. I'm looking this up on the Costco site. Costco. Man, nobody knows. Man, Fulgence, lean over and ask Anna the question so that she can yell it and so I can tell these people. There we go. There's my hippie friend. There we go. Okay, longest day of the year. There it is. The summer solstice. All right, SanDisk. Ooh, do not misspell SanDisk when you're searching. You do not want to know. You do not want to know what comes up. Whew, that was cute. Ooh, it's actually they have this weird color I've never seen before. They have a color that's on sale right now. I'm going to save this till we get to the browser page. But yeah, they have one right now that's $79 for 1 terabyte. And it's actually the faster one. It is the Extreme Go SSD. So thing to know about these SanDisks, what did I do with it? See, why are you playing? I put it back. These are both the slower ones. Oh, I know why. The other one's still packed in my luggage. So when you see this, there's these that have the kind of orange hole, and there's one with a slightly different shape hole. The slightly different shape hole is the faster one. They're called the Extreme Pro, right? These right here, they have the Extreme Go, and it's on sale for $79. I will show you in a different, this is the one, yes, Jim's talking about. These are actually faster. These are only like 550 megabits per second, or megabytes per second, sorry. And the one that I just showed you on the comment down there is even faster, $79. See, no excuse, people, no excuse. Get you a couple of these, and boom, here's a secret you might not know. If you have the USB space for it, and you could plug in two, wrap them with a rubber band, you can actually soft RAID them in Mac OS and make it even faster. But that's a whole different conversation. Anyway, let us go. So we got these two. Let me throw some text overlays in here real quick. We're going to hit the text overlay button, and you're going to see this window. So I'm going to pop this window up right here, and let's get to typing. DOC, ROCK, that is I. Shift, enter. So next line. Oh, why did I just do that? Then pipe, Ecamm. Gangster. Boom. Fulgence, what did you said? Anna and I each got SanDisk portable SSDs last week at Best Buy for $120, and now it's $82.99. If you hit them up, FJ, they will kick you back. They will kick you back the VIG. If you just send us an email, they will kick you back the difference. Very cool. Okay, so I'm going to shrinkticate that. Actually, let me click on this. Let me show you my move. So right now I have this joint set at 64, right? I'm just going to copy the bottom line, dip it down one number higher. That's just what I like to do. Sometimes you could do it 2. That's a little bit tiny, so I like to do it 1. That's because, a lot of my people are of a specific age. So throw that onto the extra bold, and then take this bottom line here and I like to set it to light. Now, your font might not have that. Cool. Pick a different font. My font does. I like font families that have a lot of weights. When you pick your brand font, try to look for a brand font that has a lot of weights. It's way more versatile. If you pick a brand font that only has 2 weights, bold and italic, I'm sorry for you. That was you. You know what I'm saying? Doc Rock Design School is a whole different day. All right, anyway. So now I can unembiggen this to about the size that I like. And then I like to pull the tail over here because I like to give myself some space to be creative. All right, so I'm going to hang this bad boy right there. Now it's smack dead in the middle. Now, one last thing I like to do when I'm in here, because it's just me, I like to take this one. First of all, I don't like the shadow effect on my text at all. Do you guys use the shadow effect? Not a fan. Anyway, that's up to you. It's your world. You do you, boo. All right. So, oi, not do that to me. How you do that there? Put this back. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. If you're on crowns, stick it back on crowns. Now, I just want this piece right here to be this color. And then I want this piece right here to be this color. There you go. Now we're cooking with Pam. So what I'm going to do now is grab myself from the Ecamm Assets folder, a gigantic E. Boom. Pick it up, drop it. Now there's a button. You can press this guy and then go to your Ecamm Assets folder and hit that. But that's 8 steps. Ain't nobody got time for all these steps. You know what I'm saying? So I just drag and drop because we're Mac people. We're born and raised in Compton. On drag and drop. Okay, so now we got that. All right, so my assets are square. Let's go clean this joint up. This place is a hot mizzle. Right, let's go clean this up. All right, so we got this image right here. We're going to leave that. We got the Ecamm PNG. We're going to leave that. We got Fulgens. You go all the way on the top. That is the comment. So here's my name, and here's my camera. So what we're going to do, we're going to press this folder, and then we're going to say host. And then inside the host, I'm going to drop my name. I'm also going to drop my camera, and I'm going to drop my logo on top of that. I'm going to link these bad boys together and make them all disappear at once. Everything, all at once. Now I'm going to make another folder, right? On this folder, I'm going to put guess. Okay. First thing, put Fulgens back on top. Nobody puts Fulgens in the closet. Then we're going to put the F, camera F. That's my guest camera. I just know that by heart. This particular lasso image will go in here. You'll see why in a second. And this will go behind the camera. Okay. So now I have everything all at once. And this extra A camera, no needy, throw it in the trash. So now we're nice and clean. We have 3 things. We got comment window, AKA Fulgen. We got the guest camera box right here. And then we got the host camera box right here. Right? There we go. Anything, everything, all at once. If you want to see them, cool. All right. So I can rename this so I know what it is. Okay, boom. Now we cooking with Pam. So let's dip the dip. We come back up in here. And now that I have this all together now, what I'm going to do is I want to grab this text and this logo. I have them both highlighted. I can drag me a copy over here. Sorry, I left the camera involved, but that's okay. I have a copy of it, right? So I'm going to go to the back here, and I'm going to 86 this camera, and then I'm going to put this logo, actually delete that one, and I'm going to put this secondary name in here on top of the camera, okay? Now, I line it up, make it nice and even, and then take this logo here and unembiggen it accordingly. So just grab the corner, boom, unembiggened accordingly. Bam, now we are cooking with Pam. We click on this bad boy. Boom. Now we're square. Now we are square. We got the host camera and the guest camera in there. 4 terabiscuits, SanDisk. The 4 do not, time out, Dan. Do not buy the 4 terabyte SanDisk. It is having some problems. A whole bunch of creators on YouTube have lost mass amounts of data because the 4 terabyte batch of SanDisk that is circulating right now is defective. And SanDisk knows about it. They're secretly taking them back, but you already bought it. You already lost your data. So skip that model for now until what says time they come out a new one. So I'm guessing, Dan, you don't buy anything in tech for 51% off unless there's something wrong with it. Tech has a 10 to 12% margin on most things except cables. Cables are like 300% margin. Most things are 10 to 12% margin when it comes to hardware. I know this because my family ran a store for 30 years. This is what it is. So, yeah, if it's marked off at 50%, you not want that, you not want that, okay? Just trust me. Skip that one. Don't do it. Don't do it. Melvin, you're fired. You're fired. The Extreme Pro or Extreme Portable. The primary differences, Felicia, is the speed. One is 1050 megabytes per second speed, and the other one is like 2,000. And then the one that just say extreme, those are 450, 580, something like that. I can't. My drive is in my other bag in the other room because I could connect it and show you the speed difference. However, I'm not going over there. But yeah, don't do that. Boom. Listen, Gretchen. Sorry. I don't mean to be excited about your images, but I told you. I told y'all. See, you gotta pay attention to these things. Your man, I always study my space, right? And I think a lot of people don't do that. They're like, I finished my stream, I'm done, and then just going about your business. I study my space and look for those things. If you have one, I would contact them already and be like, listen, homie, I am terrified that I'm going to lose my data because everybody else is. Number one, here's my serial number. Can you prove to me that I'm not a part of that batch? Number two, can I get a full refund of the one that I purchased? That's what I would do. I was in Anaheim, California, right next to you. You didn't even bother to come down. So, you got it, Paul. You got it. You didn't I almost have it, Paul? You know the knife is got with me. Sorry. Anyway, let's go to the next scene. I gotta name this bad boy host. I think I just won something. Sorry, my sound effects do not like when you mistype a key. All right, there we go. What the heck did I just win? It's really funny you should say this, Jeremy. Watch this space. Watch this space. No, for real, Dad. If I was you, I would be on the email train today. Send this, you son of a batching, farging ice holes. Here, this is my life. It has all my baby pictures in from when I won the cute baby in the mall contest, and I don't want to lose my data. Like, just tell them to give you your money back. It's just send them the links to all of the YouTube videos that talk about the SanDisk failing and ruining their people's lives. I think they'll probably give you the money back. They're Western Digital now? No, that's not right. SanDisk is Western Digital or Seagate? I forget. I gotta double check. I don't know. I'm just curious. SanDisk Manufacturing Company. Western Digital. I was right. Always trust your gut. All right, let's make the next one. When we gotta wait the next one, we come here, make sure we're on the Ecamm, press Command B, new scene. Boom. There it is. Now, here's what's really cool about the new scene here. I'm gonna do a host and guest and browser. Okay, so put this up here, and then now I'm going to pop this guy right here like it's hot. Pop it like a hot. Pop it like a hot. We didn't get ahead of you. Pop it like a hot. And drag this down here. Okay. Throw my guest one. You know how we do. Y'all remember we, right? Then I can come and grab my safety image. I don't know. The safety image is the move, man. People to be sleeping on this, and then your guests drop out, and then you lose your thing. Safety image is the move. Put your safety image in there. Boom. Drop it like it's hot. And then hit this button right here. Boom. New screen share overlay. Booyaka! Put it right there in the top corner. Embiggen it accordingly. Boom. That's how big you want to embiggen it. And then come over here and switch this bad boy from primary display, secondary display, current application, and not like, I'm going to select Chrome because that's what I want to see right there. That's that right there. That is the new silver gray looking joint. Undo that. That's the new silver gray looking joint that has all of the speed. It's really quick. You can fully edit off of it. You can edit off the slower speed, but the faster speed even better. So cool. There you go. Go to Costco today. Make your Costco run. Actually, if your Costco is far or it's just be crowded like mine, do you know that I live right next to the busiest Costco in the planet is right here in Iwilei, Hawaii. So all you got to do is just hit this button, add the cart, and they'll send it to you. It's if you don't want to deal with the drama and somebody's mama, actually, here's a secret. Gretchen would tell you. Order two, okay? You order two. And then you use a program like ChronoSync to make them twins. So whenever you copy something to Dan Roth 1, it will automatically at night, while you lay sleeping, it'll automatically copy all of that data over to Dan Roth 2. And then you don't have to sweat it. Now, even bigger pro tip, put Dan Roth 2 on another computer at another location. Like your mom and daddy them, your cousin them house, somewhere where you can put it and no one's going to mess with it. Put it there, and ChronoSync will send the data over to the other drive, across the internet at night when you snoring away, right? When you got your CPAP on, it will copy it over. So what a lot of people do, right, is they have their backup drive and the native drive basically sitting right next to each other. And then, God forbid, something happens to you like my man Hank's, right? So Hank had all his stuff, just built his studio. Everything was good. There was an electrical fire of not his problem. And then you lose everything, right? So if you buy a drive like this, and this drive is for your photos, your Ecamm shows, things that you do to run your business, you buy two, you put one in a separate location, use an application like ChronoSync to basically make them twins across the bridge. And then, of course, I use Backblaze to keep it all up in the sky. Anywho. Question. If you resize a link guest box, no, not yet. That is... David, sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Luis. Why he got to say that while I'm trying to read what you said? See, I have a weird thing. I'm reading one line and I can read two different lines at the same time. And anyway, sorry, David. Damn it, Luis. No, you cannot link them together at this moment in time. That is on the blocks of things to work on, but they got other things that they're doing right now. So hopefully sooner to come, it's not that hard to fix it manually. What I normally do is get one straight and then move it over. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is for me, Dan? The leftover smell. Being a paramedic, I spend a lot of time in burnt buildings. That leftover smell takes like a year plus to go away. I hate that smell. That smell is just blah. All kind of weird things that got burnt. All right, so we got this one here. Now, we're going to make one other adjustment to this bad boy. Yeah, we're going to duplicate it. So you saw me creating scenes before. This time, I'm going to hit the duplicado button, right? You can also find yourself a shortcut key up there. It's the same duplicado button as in every Mac program in the world. Command D, you know what I'm saying? Well, not every, well, all the good ones anyway. All right, so you hit a Command Dizzle. Now we got a duplicate copy. So now we are activated back to Vegas on this one, but we're going to change this one to Keynote. Wait a minute, Gretchen, where are you going? It is not drinking time. Uh-oh, Bearcam is live. Nice. Man, guys, can I tell y'all about this Bearcam thing? Gretchen, you got to get us a link because last year, Gretchen was talking about Bearcam, and I'm like, why is she always talking about Bearcam? Ain't nobody got time for that. And then I found myself watching it for like 3 hours. So Bearcam is life. Let me see. Let me go to YouTube, and let's look it up. Boom, it's live. There it is. Just go to Bearcam, and there's no bears today. But I found myself watching that joint forever. They're in a couple different locations. This one is the Katmai Falls. There's always some dude in the water somewhere, like standing here catching salmon. It's salmon. I don't know why some people say salmon. It kind of makes my face hurt when they say that. I get mad when people say almond. There's no bears today. They know today is launch day, so they still in their dressing room. But anyway, you can watch these bad boys, especially at feeding time, and it's pretty. Do I have an optimal setup to 8 to 10 cams at a time? Oh, of course I do. Yeah, I'll show you. I would never do it again because it's just psycho, but I do. Look. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, you dummy. Command Z that. No, go back to blank. I messed it up. Hold on. You got to remember to drop it in the overlay section. Add as an animated overlay. And then, boom, 11 cameras for your daddy. 11 cameras all at once. Just do a 9-camera tic-tac-toe and put yourself in there. Super simple. You could also do customs 5 and 5. That would be the maneuver. Do a set of customs and do 5 and 5. Letters are overrated. You forgot the L. That's super funny. Dun. At 10 people, you can ignore lower thirds because ain't nobody going to sit there and read all 10 of them folks. You introduce them folks accordingly when they first come in. Maybe you have a screen where you make a single for every person. And then after that, it ain't none of your business because that will get old real quick, right? So how I have this scene here, if you watched yesterday, actually, I didn't even use it. I had it, but I don't think I used it. I'll duplicate this scene, right? And then I'll go to here, and I'm only going to do one, but you get the picture. So GUEST 1. Normally, I would put their name. So actually, let's erase this, and we're going to put Ted last. Go like that. We're going to change this. I'm going to ignore safety camera on this one too. We're just going to put that there. And then I come here. I grab this box and the logo. Command C to copy. Go here. Command V to paste. And then drop it like it's hot right about there. Arrow key down for perfection. All right. And then, so you make one of these for every guest, right? And then you put them on the one-on-one. So when you're introducing your panel, you go down the list. You know, I got James Hatcher, I got Dan Roth, I got Paul Duncan, got Melvin Miller, Gretchen Shepard, Felicia Austin, Luis Vega, David Addison, Fullions Henry, right? Down the list. And then when you're done, then you pop over to the panel joint with everybody, you know, being everybody. And but if you put that much information on lower thirds on 10 people, the lower thirds are going to be mad tiny. So if you pop on ESPN or CNN or C-SPAN or whatever, and you see that once they got more than 5 guests on the screen, names are gone because it's too tiny, it's too distracting, and you're not listening to what they're talking about. So identify them once on a solo shot. Have solo buttons. If you got a stream deck, that's plenty enough, right? Have solo buttons that when they're on their rant and they're waxing rhapsodically about whatever, you pop to them on the solo tip, which is going to look something like this in here. And then you let them say what they got to say, and then immediately poop deck pappy back over to the multiverse. And yeah, that's the best way to do it. I would not put names on anything over 4 people. I just wouldn't. Become too small. Just me. Just me. I don't know nothing about this design stuff here, he says jokingly. All right. James, you just walked in and got thrown under the bus right away. All right, let's open up Keynote real quick. Just so you show. I know they just had a big old workshop. Folks was talking about it. Somebody was asking about Keynote emanations and whatnot. Boom. Hey, Keynote has an update. I'll read about it later. So let's go here. Let's open up this thing. All right, so here's your Keynote window. Keynote is operating. Just make sure you go up into the play section here and be absolutely certaintied that it's set to play in a window instead of full screen. So now I can put it over here, and if I say play, I actually, let me move this back. I have the window, which we're talking about, and I have my controls, right? So now I can remove my controls from this here screen. I can remove this window from this here screen, and then click inside Ecamm here. Instead of Chrome, select Keynote, the name of the prezo, gangsta, right? When you see stuff like this happening or like this happening, it's because you're at the edge of your display. Just move your presentation closer to where the display can actually see, and then you don't have that problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that comes from. Right? So leave it like that. Stay away from the edge of the display. All right. Now, of course, you might not like seeing that side, right? I don't really like it neither, right? Hit the Option key with your finger. And then drag this baby in a little taste. Oh, I got it locked. Unlock it then. All right, hold the Option key, drag it in just to close up them little extra lines. And when you design your presentations, people, nothing to do with Ecamm, but design with as little words as possible and design towards the center. Nice. Cassiopeia, what does it do? What does it do? All right, so now you have your prezo here. Even if I were to bring back over the master window, Michael Hyatt's usage of Keynote to drive Ecamm was mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, yeah. Anyway, so you can just come in here and do this. I still see, when I look at atoms, I have a little bit of extra space. So let me tighten up my crop just a smidgen. Here's an example, just a little example of how you can kill a man. One time tries to come in my home. All right, there you go. Now we're doing better. Now we're cooking with Pam. Don't say it, Melvin. All right. So then, yeah, you can slide through your slides. You got all of this action. You can jump around because you're mice oriented. And, you know, if you have your controller off the screen, don't nobody see this. Don't nobody see this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Boom. Boom. There you go. So that's how you do a keynote. Question always comes up. And listen, I got to say this. I know this ain't none of your business, but I got to say this. And I know what Michael Hyatt was doing it with his keynote animations and that too. Listen, if you have a machine that has the cojones to do all of that, be about it. If you are good at animation, mediocre at animation at best, cool. If you're a rook and you just getting started, or you have an Intel box that you're still struggling with, do not put none of them animations in your thing. It is going to muck up. And then you're going to be sad, okay? It is definitely going to do something silly, and then you finna be sad because it's not going to be what you're expecting it to be. So if you're not going to do what I think you're going to do and flip out, man, like, yeah, you just don't want to do it. Because what happens is the machine is trying to work really hard to do all these animations, and that you don't have enough power, it's going to make your whole prezo look hot trash. So you put all that stuff in trying to make it look professional, and your machine can't swing it, it's going to look worse, right? So it's like when Melvin was in school, and after school, everybody's hanging out, you know, and he said, hey, y'all, watch me pop a wheelie. And he's like, boom, bap, falls back and busts his head. That's exactly what it looks like. So it's better that you're so good at that wheelie that you can do it without saying anything, and then you do it and everybody's surprised. Yeah, do it that way. So keep it minimal. KISS. Keep it simple. Steven. I won't do the last part. Just keep it simple. Because, yeah, that's how you mess it up. The other thing to remember, if you're doing this like I have it set up, you are the animation. The reason why we had those things in the first place was because presentations were boring because they were static, right? Now you are the, there you go. Thank you, Fulgence. That's a much better S than the one that belongs there. Here, let me 86 these two. Let me move Theodore out the way and I'll show you. Look, you can switch this guy to tall and then bless it up like this. If you design for center, you can even let yourself kiss cut the overlay a little bit, right? You are the animation, right? You don't have to be a star, baby, to be in my show. Anyway, yeah, just you're the animation. The reason why we had it in the first place is because Prezos was boring, and so the little animation would break the monotony, right? And now that your face is in the bubs, you don't have to do those weird animations. You are the animation. You can bring the change of pace and whatnot back to the showgram. So keep your presentations simple. Like, you guys, my rule of thumb, this right here, they forced me to put this slide in for this presentation, and I hated it. I hated it. If you look at mine, I don't put anything more than, there's never more than 5 words on any of my slides. I don't use anything less than 100 size font. That's why my presentations rock. Not even trying to be a smart aleck. Putting stuff on where people are like, let me read this while he's talking. Your brain can't do that. Your brain doesn't do it when you watch presentations, when you try to read all of that stuff. So just don't do it. Anyway, hey, I'm telling you. Melvin, I see you out here, fam. Boom. Melvin said, come here, mouse. My mouse battery is dying. Time to charge. Hey, fam, I'm from the south side of Chicago. We used to do wheelies for an entire blocks on a 10-speed. Oh, that's for real, for real. Same thing. That is a New York and D.C. swag right there, if ever there was. All right, so we got our basic layouts and everything all together. Now we're ready to just design the other portions of our show. We're going to press on the sound levels button situation to make sure that everybody can hear us clearly. clearly. All right, so you can see, I guess it's not a secret anymore because I have to leave it there to show you what I'm doing. There is my thing, and I have no other way to do it. So yes, I guess I get to out my beta right now. Pretend you don't see that. There's my source. That is me talking. That's coming through there. If I were to play a movie, it's going to come through here. My sound effects panel now, if I pull it up real quick, like, and then I play something,
DJ Doc Rock.
that level is handled there. Say that was loud. I want to back that down. Right? So I have control
DJ Doc Rock.
over the level. Hey, I just noticed something about, I never noticed this till just now. This is why you do the demo every Friday. It doesn't change the volume of the sweeper on the fly. Well, at least not to my ear anyway. So anyway, that's that level there. I like to keep my levels at 80. You guys know why. I have a whole video as to that. Yesterday, because Rebecca was kind of low, I jacked that up, but I'll put it back to 80. I like it leaving there. Welcome back, Jaden. Good to see you. Thea said, why you got to throw? Because Melvin's my dude. Don't be like Melvin. That is it. That is it. All right. So these are your sound. Now, here's the other cool thing about this particular block down here. Get over here. In this cog wheel, you can adjust the level. So when I play the slot machine sound, right? Say I wanted that to be a little bit more subtle, I could just bring that down over here. Right? If I wanted it to loop until I could control it, I could make it a little bit lower, hit the loop button, hit the S key. Okay, now to stop. That has a little bit of a gap on the audio file, so that's why it didn't loop cleanly. That's just the audio file is built funny, but I can easily fix that. Now, another thing I want to show you is like if I play some music up here, there's a timer. This timer lets me see what's popping, right? So if I press the stop, it fades out. You know what I'm saying? So you do have that ability to do that right there. So that is that. Oh, check this out. Say I'm going to come here. I'm going to duplicate this screen. And I'm going to put host plus music. All right. I can drag Jane and the boy. Now it's connected to this scene. Now, I have the ability to stop this when the scene ends. So if I switch, it's gone. When I come back again, it's going. Check this out. I can also say, keep that party going by checking this off. So when I switch scenes, hype. And it don't end until I press end. So if you have reason to do so, you can keep it twisted while you go from scene to scene. So whenever you hit this scene, it's going to play again. I'll stop it. There. You just drag it in and it's in there. Boom, boom, boom. Sunday in the garden, live streaming. Nice. If the files are on my Mac and those files are attached to my scenes, they're to connect those files to Ecamm so they track instead of having them each time. No. Do the work. Yo, Controller Bob is in the building. What it do? Man, listen, you guys were so good last week. We had a lot of fun hanging out. If there's any questions you have about how to do this here thing, hit your mans up. It's super easy. Doc at Ecamm. We got you. Okay, so that's the sound effect situation. You notice where I have the S and the R in my little window? Those are my hotkeys because, okay, let's just say in supposition, I am doing something similar to like Bob or Ian, and I want to be able to have a sound that plays like all the time, right? Something that pops off when it pops off. Let me go grab a sound real quick. Let's just see. I have this on my notebook. I don't have it on here. If I wake this app up, it might wake up over there. But let me go grab a sound if I can. All right, here's the sound. All right, so now I'm going to right click on that. I'm not going to tell y'all how I'm doing this because it's a secret. If I tell you, oh, you just saw that. But if I tell you, YouTube gets mad because they don't like us teaching people this kind of stuff. But you saw the secret. That's my secret. All right, it's done. Don't need any of that. And then now I want to switch this to just be audio. Almost done. It's going to take like a second. Okay, now I got the audio version. And I'm going to just drag this in the window, put it right here on the top. And then I'm going to hit this and add a hotkey. For the hotkey, I'm going to hit P. Okay, so now when I hit P, bam. You know what it is? Everybody, except for Bob, who knows what that sound is? Everybody but Bob can answer that question. Bob is not allowed to answer that question. Anybody that wants to know how I did that quick, you got to hit me offline. Because seriously, if I talk about it on YouTube, they get really angry. They are not fans of when you tell people how to do what I just did. Nope, David. Close, but close. No dice. Let me do that one. See, David done started some mess out here. Okay, there's that one. Go back. And all right, that is that. That is that. Dude, this is so easy. Like how I do this is so easy. It's kind of funny, but I definitely would love to show you. It's just if I show you, we're going to get in trouble. This is the one David called. There's that. So you just come over here and press M. Then now. Actually, I grabbed it from YouTube again real quick because I was afraid to open Slack because it might pop up in the middle right here. So, yeah, actually, I just re-downloaded it real quick, Luis. But Luis did make the sound pack. Dude, favorite game of all time. Do you know that they are making a new version? Yeah, they're making a new version. It's supposed to come out soon. Actually, it's available. It's available on Steam. So there's already a new version. I definitely can't play any of that, not on this family-related stream. Which one, Tati? Which one? Okay, so that's sound effects anyway. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. David, come on, fam. Seriously, gang, I tell everybody, I do not want to be anywhere near a Mac that doesn't have SetApp. Some of my favorite apps, right? I was just using these two, which names I can't say on stream. I don't think they can read it. I use this on a regular basis, SIP. I use Pixel Snap on a regular basis. Do not install Clean My Mac if you are a Ecamm user, because when you go to ask for help from support, we won't be able to help you because Clean My Mac eats all of your log files. There are ways to tell it to ignore those. Most people aren't that advanced. But there's literally tons of stuff in here if you ever want to know about it. Ooh, come on, Melvin. If you do trumpet versions of the level ups, fam, that would be just sick. That would be all levels of sick. Anyway, so many good apps in here, things that will make your life easier. Luminar Neo is incredible, but said app is definitely worth the look. I believe it's like $9 a month, but it literally give you access to like 300 plus Mac apps. And boom, Paul is there with the link. It is really helpful because a lot of times you buy the individual apps. By the time you buy like 2 of them, you've cost the cost of said app for like 2-3 years. So I've been using said app forever. Since the day it came out actually, and I would never not. I hate using the Mac without it. It drives me crazy because there's so many good tools in there. I love to use those, but it happens when I happen to have a special SO who works for the big. Wow. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Use a different one. I like the way, but if Melvin does it with the trumpet, you can do even more stuff. Here's a question, Melvin. Besides yourself, who is your favorite trumpeter? I'm curious. Just curious. Anyway, so that was sound effects. That was sound levels. We covered camera switches just a little bit, but let me bless on top of this again. So right now, I have all my other cameras disconnected because I haven't put my studio back together. My ZV-E10. Sorry, my 6600 don't even have a lens on it. It's just right here. Anybody want to buy a 6600? I'm going to sell this one. But not need it now because I got the ZV-1F. I guess I could put this one on, but anybody want to buy a 6600, let me know. Brand new. It has not a single photo on it, and it has about 40 minutes worth of stream time on it. That's it. I never even used it. Brand new in the box. I mean, the battery in here has not even been charged because I just used USB power. So let me know. Yeah, Dan, here's the answer to that question right here. I'm joking. There's no easy workaround. Magic Lantern, I believe Magic Lantern does work on the T7, but Magic Lantern wasn't designed for the T7. Magic Lantern was designed for the 5D. There we go. I had to marinate on that. It was designed for the 5D, the 5D Mark II. So they did add other cameras later. There is no easy workaround for the T7. And here comes the thing that no one's going to tell you, but you know, I'm a dick, so I'll tell you. This has a better picture than the T7. So it's good for taking photos. But if I'm trying to fight it for streaming versus this has a better picture than a T7. So unless you're on like iPhone 11, if you're 12, 13, 14, or Android, let's say 20, 21, 22, if you're on any of those 6 phones, leave the T7 in the box. Just use this. This is way better. It does not show the ability. You know what? It might be. See, here's the problem, though, D. You're not going to want to try it and it not work because I don't think it's easily flushed back. That's a Luis question, right? Luis, if he tries to put in Lantern and Lantern is not supported, will it? Actually, no, Lantern runs off the SD card. So I think you'd be okay. I don't know. That's a Luis question. Luis and Dan, get in the Discord and conversate this out. Yeah, don't do it. I mean, seriously, just here's my rule of thumb, people. You guys know my rule of thumb. A functioning, let's say, camera that will do that. Yes, still. But a functioning camera that will do what you want to do at this point in time is $550 to $600. Okay. Either you garage sale it to get rid of the stuff that's in your house that will cover that so you can get a ZV-1 or M50 or M50 Mark II, actually, not a 1, if you want to stay in the Canon house. Or you take one of the skills that you have and barter it, real simple, like, what is today? Friday, 9:30. By the end of the day, I could do that. Just hit up my friends. Hey, somebody's computer network in their house is effed, and you want to get it fixed. I got 3 time slots tomorrow. 2 hours apiece. $100. I'll come over. I'll fix all the problems in your network. Done. Like, it's too easy to do this if you think outside of the box. I'm a hood rat, so we learn how to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will go outside right now and wash 5 cars and get $500 and then go buy me a new camera. I'm just saying. Right. It's a possibility. So that's how I would do it. But 9 times out of 10, you have enough stuff in your gear closet that you don't even use no more that you can sell it for so cheap, you can scratch that. That's how I would do it. Because it's not worth the fight. The things that you're doing right now to try to fight it is going to take more time than going and cutting somebody's grass or painting their fence or whatever else you have skills at. That's what I would do. Miles Davis. Yeah. I would definitely say that. I like Chris Putty too. Okay, I was just curious. Where you were. Menendez, one of my favorites. Brazil 66, just love it. It's hard if it's out of reach, though. I just helped Jefferson do his camera, and he had it at his desk, but he couldn't get the picture that he was trying to get. And I was like, Jeff, because you're using this lens, we need to move this back. So we moved it back. We set it at 50 millimeter. The picture was just perfect. But now to make adjustments, he got to get up and walk across his room, you know? And yeah, that could be problematic as well. So anyway, we covered all of that, this camera switcher thing. Let me show you. So in here right now, this is my standard cameras. I have my camo camera because, again, this is better than the T7. And then I have my Streamer X, which is connected to, right now, the Z Victor Echo 10, right? And then this would be my Guest 1. These are the sources that are actually physically connected. I have CamLink right here. So if I were to go and plug this CamLink in, it will pop up and that will give me an additional camera. So we had this problem in California. Because of weird power situations, CamLinks would disconnect and reconnect on the fly. It would rearrange the names over here constantly. So if you go to AB, I can just say camera A is always the Streamer X, and camera B is always the camo. So then I'm not having that fight back and forth and back, and you just switch to A and B. So there's an advantageousness to setting it up via the camera switcher. It will make your job so much easier, and you don't have to fight it. So that's that in a nutshell. Have a whole video on camera switcher that explains it in further detail. All right. Don't do that. I hate when I do that. Anyway, I can 86 this scene. Out of there. So, I think that does it. That covers it. People, if you have any questions, we got a little bit of time for some Q's and A's, and then we'll be out of here like Vladimir. I'll pop over into the Ecamm Discord. If you guys want to do some of the stuff that's a little bit more hands-it on, I can slide over to the Discord for a couple of minutes. If you're not in the Discord, don't worry. Paul's throwing the link in right now. Discord is just way easier to do testing and help you come to some sort of sense of normality. I was finna show you something. Brains. Yeah, lock that overlay. 100%, 100%, Jeremy. Gotta lock that overlay. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. Dang, got it. I just made a video about this, but I did want to show you this here. So, if you're looking like, hey, I need to get to my control room real quick. If you come up here to the top of the window, there's this. There's the stream, folks. There's the like buttons. That's kind of uneven, whatever. I see how you guys be sometimes. Click on the share sheet. You can go over to your control room. You can also use this to end the stream. I won't press that. And you can go to your YouTube studio just by pressing this button right here. If you have multiple streams, you can use it to say cut off everybody on Facebook, and then boom. I have never, ever, have I ever, how's that song go? Never have I ever used a cloud lifter. Why? Puerto Rican. Don't need one. But no, the Streamer X and the Rodecaster Pro, they don't need one. They have, let me fix that language. The Streamer X and the Rodecaster Pro 2 have strong enough preamps where you don't need to use that. So, no need. But I've never used a cloud lifter. Anyway, my boy is loud by nature. You think I'm loud? Listen to Luis. Luis is louder. He plays quiet on the internet, but oh God. Sorry, Luis. Thank you, Paul. I see it. That is a really good camera for the price, but here's where it falls apart. It can't focus on itself. They have really horrible autofocus. I don't think I have my autofocus on. No, matter of fact, I know I have my manual focus on. But when you guys saw me playing with the E10 or even this guy, I mean, this guy's $400 nowadays, right? The autofocus on these are so quick, right? So for a $400, like, focus fast as hell camera, it's just not worth, it's not worth the fighting. So you can get them for really cheap. If you're going to lock it, like Dan was saying, lock it in manual focus. I use manual focus all the time. Don't let that be a thing. I'm not often going like this, trying to show you stuff. So I'll leave it on manual focus because it's just better, right? I can see, let me do this real quick. It'll make more sense if you see it. I'm from Missouri. Hey, nobody talking to you, girl. Let me show you this. This is more better from the Show Me State. You guys are going to see what the craziness looks like after you come back from a trip and you haven't put everything back in place yet, but that's okay. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I'm gonna find you. Turn sideways, dang it. All right, anyway, let's just do it like this. See how it turns red? Let me adjust my angle. See how it turns red if I'm here? But then if I'm here, it's not red. If I'm here, it's red. Because whatever turns red, that is my focus peaking. Hold on. Let me grab this. Right there. See that? If I go forward, out of focus. Out of focus. Boom. Focus. So if I move this, oh, sorry, I can't. I need two hands. I need two hands. Oh, God, I need two hands. I need two hands. So if I put this here, you can't see it. Over here, it's out of focus. But right there, it's tack sharp. You can read every button on this remote. That's why I use manual focus, because I have focus indicator and it doesn't move. So as long as my whole beard is showing up red on that monitor over there, I know that I am locked and loaded. So yeah, I use manual focus anyway. De nada. Why are you bringing up old-ish? Actually, I forgot about that. Oh my God. Luis is the ZV1F person. I don't have a 1F. I have an EV1. No. ZVE1. ZVE1 flawless. I ran that sucker for 2 weeks with no problem. Only Jeremy did it wrong. But he Cajun. He like it hot. I'm teasing Jeremy. Dan, talk about a good in there like swimwear. The ZV1F is the biscuits. Like you can probably get an open box one for like 400 bones. And a lot of people return them because they don't know what the hang they're doing. It was the number one reason why I got this. This camera was $750. I bought it for $580. Why? Because my friend at Best Buy said everybody buys it, don't understand what a heater camera it is, and then they return it. And so I scored it for cheap because, just go to Best Buy and hawk the open box section. When we were together, Diana and I, we stopped at Best Buy like every day to just hawk the open box section at Best Buy. But the ZV1F starts at $500. You can find them open boxes for fairly cheap. You can find the white ones all the time for even cheaper. And it is a fantastic camera. Luis has a whole bunch of info on it on his channel because Luis bought one, and it's a good camera. Glad we can help you. Sorry, Jeremy. I had to say it. So, what is that? The Etrophe? You need some Etrophe. The ZV1F has given Luis 0 overheating issues. Live streaming, outdoor 4K recording. Boom. I had an error making an ISO recording. One of my ISO recordings has stopped. That's really weird because I have over 600 gigs available on my hard drive. Anyway, that is that, people. Don't forget, coming up for you. Oh, you got it. Ooh, of course it is. Now I hate you. That is the heater. Where is it at? Where'd it go? Visual Storytelling Conference. You guys are going to want to make sure, if you can, go to this thing tomorrow. This is the answer. Yes, I do, James. You grow up hood. It's just part of the deal. You just learn how to do it. I don't see, like, I'm going to be mean and somebody's going to give me some excuse and I would just yell at their excuses. But I don't see any reason to not go get what you need when it's very easy. But what happens is when you go to school and you get yourself a degree in emergency medicine and, you worked in a hospital for a few years and, you jumped out of a couple good planes for a few years and you worked in, saving lives in the emergency room for a few years, you might think you're above it. And then when you need something and you're like, I can't really swing 1,000 bones right now, I'm from the hood, so I'm not above it. I don't care about my education. I don't care I used to be a celebrity on TV, radio, without none of my business. I need something. I'm going to go do it, right? I'll cut grass. I'll paint houses. I'll mend fences. Luckily, I'm a nerd. So my IT skills are extremely valuable, and I can charge $200 an hour to go unF a network or set up a studio or go record a live stream. Like, I'll take all my cameras outside and go do somebody's graduation party real quick, DJ a couple gigs or whatever. So I could build a whole brand new Mac studio in like a week just by going to do the work. So I don't know. I don't think you should sit down and be like, I want something that's super simple when you have enough skills or whatever. Now you got 2 broken legs, one thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't see, another thing. You're stuck in the house because of respiratory problems. Those are different situations. You can't do anything. I got a buddy who I'll give you guys, hopefully we're going to link up soon. he's a editor, Final Cut editor. He edits with one hand. He only has one that can do this. And he edits videos with one hand. And he's not sitting around going, oh, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, Aubrey decided to eat the pavement with her bicycle. And she gets up every day and creates. So when able-bodied folks come up with excuses, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I'm mean about it. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm 100% mean about it. And I don't see how you should not be able to go out there and do what you got to do. If it's really about that, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. That's cool. I completely accept that. But if you want to do it, Robert E. Perry, find a way or make one. There you go. Yeah, I'm talking to him. Actually, I messaged from him yesterday. I'm gonna try to get him on the channel to come and show you guys like edits with one hand. like, yo, Jacob is a beast and the nicest kid ever. Like, he comes to all the Final Cut events. He'll probably be at the workshop tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get him on the show to come and show you guys some Final Cut stuff. The kid's a beast. He's a phenom. So there you go. You got no excuses, people. Get that work did. Get that work did. All right, let's pop over to the Discord. Anybody has anything else to do, that's a demo for this week. We'll be again here next week. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you come to a visual storytelling conference because I guarantee you there'll be some nuggets in there that you can just scoop. And it's free. I mean, you know, come on over. Storytelling is all about life. See, I just told y'all the story and you guys was all on the edge of your seat because that's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. Let's do it. I'll see y'all again next week. Peace, fa, safua. Chihoo.
Coming straight out of Ecamm.
But the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham. This is a jam. But the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham. This is a jam. But the Ecamm fam. This is a jam. But the Ecamm fam. It's a jam, but the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham.